are listening to Growth Hacker, the leading podcast series where we explore the latest trends and strategies in growth hacking and marketing. In each episode, we share insights and tips on how to grow your business, audience, and brand. Whether you are a startup founder, a marketer, or a curious learner, this podcast will help you discover new ways to optimize your growth and achieve your goals. Growth Hacker is brought to you by Growth Hacker Inc., which is the brainchild of Aditya Basu. Stay tuned for today's episode.
Today's episode is using gamification and rewards to increase user engagement. Learn to design effective and engaging gamification elements for your website or app. Gamification is the use of game-like elements in non-game contexts. It can be used to engage users, motivate them to take action, and make them feel like they are part of something bigger. Gamification can be used in a variety of settings, including marketing, education, and healthcare. What is gamification and reward system? A gamification and reward system is a way to use game-like elements to encourage users to engage with a product or service. Rewards can be anything from points to badges to prizes. The goal of a gamification and reward system is to make users feel like they are progressing and achieving something, which can lead to increased customer engagement and brand loyalty. How can gamification and rewards system engage users? Gamification and rewards can engage users in a number of ways. First, they can provide a sense of purpose and direction. When users know what they are working towards, they are more likely to stay engaged. Second, gamification and rewards can make users feel like they are part of something bigger. When users are working towards a common goal, they are more likely to feel motivated and connected. Third, gamification and rewards can provide a sense of accomplishment. When users achieve a goal, they are rewarded with a sense of satisfaction and pride. Let us look at some examples of successful gamification and reward systems. There are many examples of successful gamification and reward systems. Example number 1. Foursquare. One example is Foursquare, a location-based social networking service. Foursquare uses a gamification and reward system to encourage users to check in to different locations. When users check in, they earn points and badges. These points and badges can be redeemed for prizes. Example number 2. Duolingo. Another example of a successful gamification and reward system is Duolingo, a language learning app. Duolingo uses a gamification and reward system to encourage users to learn new languages. When users complete lessons, they earn points and badges. These points and badges can be redeemed for prizes. Example number 3. Nike Plus. Nike Plus is a fitness tracking app that uses gamification to encourage users to get more exercise. When users track their workouts, they earn points and badges. These points and badges can be redeemed for prizes, such as discounts on Nike products. Example number 4. Khan Academy. Another example is Khan Academy. It is a free online educational platform that uses gamification to make learning fun and engaging. When users complete lessons, they earn points and badges. These points and badges can be used to unlock new content or to compete with other users. Gamification and reward systems can be a powerful tool for motivating users to take action. By incorporating elements of games, such as points, badges, and leaderboards, organizations can create experiences that are more engaging and rewarding. This can lead to increased user engagement, productivity, and satisfaction. So, as you now understand what gamification and reward system is, let's take a deep dive into the inner workings of gamification and reward systems. Deep dive number 1. What are the key elements of a gamification and reward system? There are 5 key elements of a successful gamification and reward system. Element number 1. Goals. Users need to have clear goals to work towards. These goals should be specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. For example, a goal could be to complete 10 tasks in a week. Element number 2. Challenges. Goals should be challenging but achievable. If goals are too easy, users will become bored. If goals are too difficult, users will become frustrated and give up. It is important to find a balance between challenge and difficulty. Element number 3. Feedback. Users need to be able to track their progress and receive feedback on their performance. This feedback can help users to stay motivated and on track. Feedback can be provided through a variety of methods, such as progress bars, leaderboards, and badges. Element number 4. Progress. Users need to feel like they are making progress towards their goals. This can be achieved by providing users with frequent feedback and by breaking down large goals into smaller, more manageable steps. Element number 5. Incentives. Users need to be motivated to achieve their goals. This can be done by providing users with incentives, such as rewards, recognition, or access to exclusive content. Incentives should be tailored to the individual user and should be something that they value. Deep dive number 2. What are the benefits of gamification and reward systems? There are many benefits to using gamification and rewards. Some of the benefits include: Benefit number 1. Increased user engagement. Gamification and reward systems can help to increase user engagement by making experiences more fun and engaging. This can lead to users spending more time on a platform or using a product. Benefit number 2. Improved user productivity. Gamification and reward systems can help to improve productivity by motivating users to take action. This can lead to users completing tasks more quickly or efficiently. Benefit number 3. Increased customer satisfaction. Gamification and rewards can help to increase customer satisfaction by making users feel like they are part of something bigger and that they are achieving something. Benefit number 4. Building customer loyalty. Gamification and rewards can help to build customer loyalty by making users feel like they are valued and that they are getting something in return for their engagement. Benefit number 5. Increased customer retention. Gamification and rewards can help to increase customer retention by making users want to come back for more. Benefit number 6. Increased business revenue. Gamification and rewards can help to increase business revenue by making users more likely to spend money on products or services. Deep dive number 3. Let's learn how to design a gamification and reward system. When designing a gamification and reward system, it is important to consider the following factors. Factor number 1. User needs. When designing a gamification and reward system, it is important to consider the needs of the users. What do they want to achieve? What motivates them? By understanding the user's needs, you can design a system that is more likely to be effective. For example, if users are motivated by competition, you could design a system with leaderboards or challenges. If users are motivated by recognition, you could design a system with badges or awards. Factor number 2. User preferences. It is also important to consider the preferences of the users. What kind of rewards will they find appealing? By understanding the user's preferences, you can design a system that is more likely to be engaging. For example, if users prefer tangible rewards, you could design a system with physical prizes. If users prefer virtual rewards, you could design a system with in-game items or currency. Factor number 3. User behaviors. Finally, it is important to consider the behaviors that you want to encourage. What kind of behaviors do you want users to engage in? By understanding the user's behaviors, you can design a system that is more likely to be effective. For example, If you want users to complete tasks, you could design a system with rewards for completing tasks. If you want users to stay engaged, you could design a system with regular challenges or rewards. Factor number 4. Best practices. In addition to considering the user's needs, preferences, and behaviors, it is also important to keep the following best practices in mind when designing a gamification and reward system. Best practice number 1. Keep it simple. The system should be easy to understand and use. If the system is too complex, users will be less likely to engage with it. Best practice number 2. Be clear about the goals. Make sure users know what they are working towards. If users don't know what they are working towards, they will be less likely to be motivated. Best practice number 3. Provide feedback. Let users track their progress and receive feedback on their performance. Feedback can help users to stay motivated and on track. Best practice number 4. Offer incentives. Make the rewards valuable enough to motivate users to achieve their goals. If the rewards are not valuable enough, users will be less likely to be motivated. Deep dive number 4. Potential pitfalls of gamification and reward system. There are a few potential pitfalls to be aware of when using gamification and reward systems. These include: Pitfall number 1. Overuse. Gamification and rewards can be overused, which can lead to users becoming bored or cynical. If users are constantly bombarded with rewards, they may start to lose their value. Additionally, if rewards are too easy to obtain, they may not be seen as valuable. Pitfall number 2. Manipulation. Gamification and rewards can be used to manipulate users into taking actions that they would not otherwise take. For example, a company might use gamification to encourage users to buy more products or services. Additionally, gamification can be used to collect personal data from users without their consent. Pitfall number 3. Addiction. Gamification and rewards can be addictive, which can lead to users spending too much time and money on a product or service. This is especially true for games that are designed to be addictive. Additionally, gamification can be used to create a sense of urgency, which can lead to users making impulse purchases. Pitfall number 4. Ethical issues. Gamification and rewards can raise ethical issues, such as privacy and fairness. For example, a company might use gamification to collect personal data from users without their consent. Additionally, gamification can be used to create a sense of competition, which can lead to users feeling excluded or discriminated against. It is important to be aware of these potential pitfalls when using gamification and reward systems. By taking steps to mitigate these risks, you can ensure that your gamification and reward system is used in a positive and ethical way. Deep dive number 5. Avoiding the pitfalls and challenges. There are a few things that can be done to avoid the pitfalls and challenges of gamification and reward systems. These include: Consideration number 1. Use moderation. Gamification and rewards can be a powerful tool for engagement, but they can also be overused. When used in moderation, gamification and rewards can help to motivate users and encourage them to take action. However, when overused, they can become a distraction and can even lead to negative consequences, such as addiction or burnout. Consideration number 2. Be transparent. It is important to be transparent about how the gamification and rewards system works. Users should know what they are getting in return for their engagement, and they should also know how their data is being used. Transparency helps to build trust with users and can help to prevent any negative consequences. Consideration number 3. Obtain consent. Before collecting any personal information or tracking user behavior, it is important to obtain consent from users. This helps to protect user privacy and can help to build trust. Consent can be obtained through a variety of methods, such as a checkbox on a sign-up form or a pop-up window. Consideration number 4. Promote diversity. It is important to make sure that the gamification and rewards system is inclusive and accessible to all users, regardless of their age, gender, race, ethnicity, or ability. This can be done by using inclusive language, providing accommodations for users with disabilities, and avoiding any discriminatory practices. Here are some additional tips for avoiding the pitfalls and challenges of gamification and rewards systems. Tip number 1. Keep it simple. Gamification and rewards systems should be easy to understand and use. If they are too complex, users will be less likely to engage with them. Tip number 2. Make it fun. Gamification and reward systems should be enjoyable to use. If they are not fun, users will quickly lose interest. Tip number 3. Be realistic. Gamification and reward systems should be achievable. If the goals are too difficult, users will become frustrated and give up. Tip number 4. Be flexible. Gamification and reward systems should be flexible enough to be adapted to changing needs. If the system is not flexible, it will quickly become outdated. Deep dive number 6. Measuring effectiveness of gamification and rewards system. There are a few ways to measure the effectiveness of a gamification and reward system. These include: Factor number 1. User feedback. One way to measure the effectiveness of a gamification and reward system is to ask users for their feedback. This can be done through surveys, interviews, or focus groups. Users can be asked about their overall satisfaction with the system, as well as specific aspects of the system, such as the rewards, challenges, and feedback mechanisms. Factor number 2. Analytics. Another way to measure the effectiveness of a gamification and reward system is to track user engagement and behavior. This can be done through analytics tools, such as Google Analytics or Mixpanel. Analytics can be used to track things like the number of users who are using the system, the amount of time they are spending on the system, and the actions they are taking. Factor number 3. A/B testing. Finally, it is important to test the system to see how it affects user behavior. This can be done by running A/B tests or by conducting usability studies. A/B tests involve testing two different versions of the system to see which one has a better impact on user behavior. Usability studies involve observing users as they interact with the system to see how easy it is for them to use. By using a combination of user feedback, analytics, and testing, you can get a better understanding of how effective your gamification and reward system is. This information can then be used to improve the system and make it more effective. Here are some additional tips for measuring the effectiveness of a gamification and reward system. Tip number 1. Set clear goals. What do you want the system to achieve? Tip number 2. Track right metrics. Not all metrics are created equal. Choose metrics that will help you measure the success of your system. Tip number 3. Analyze the data. Once you have collected data, it is important to analyze it to see what it tells you. Tip number 4. Make changes. If the data shows that the system is not effective, make changes to improve it. Deep dive number 7. Tools for successful gamification and reward system. There are a number of tools that can be used to create a successful gamification and reward system. These include: Tool number 1. Badges. Badges are a great way to recognize users for their achievements. They can be used to celebrate milestones, such as completing a certain number of tasks or reaching a certain level. Badges can also be used to motivate users to continue engaging with the system. Tool number 2. Leaderboards. Leaderboards allow users to compare their progress to others. This can be a great way to create a sense of competition and motivation. Leaderboards can be displayed publicly or privately, depending on the desired level of competition. Tool number 3. Points. Points can be used to track user progress and to redeem for rewards. Points can be earned for completing tasks, reaching milestones, or participating in activities. Rewards can be anything from virtual items to real-world prizes. These are just a few of the tools that can be used to create a successful gamification and reward system. The best tools for your system will depend on the specific goals of the system and the target audience. Here are some additional tips for choosing the right tools for your gamification and reward system. Tip number 1. Consider the goals of the system. What do you want the system to achieve? Tip number 2. Consider the target audience. Who are you trying to reach with the system? Tip number 3. Choose tools that are easy to use and understand. Tip number 4. Choose tools that are flexible and can be customized to fit your needs. Deep dive number 8. How to optimize gamification and reward system. There are a few things that can be done to optimize a gamification and reward system. These include: Factor number 1. Update content. One way to optimize a gamification and reward system is to update the content of the system regularly. This can be done by adding new challenges, rewards, and features. By keeping the system fresh and engaging, you can encourage users to continue using it. Factor number 2. Add variety. Another way to optimize a gamification and reward system is to add variety to the rewards and challenges. This can be done by offering a variety of rewards, such as virtual items, real-world prizes, and experiences. By adding variety to the rewards, you can keep users interested and motivated. Factor number 3. Reward loyalty. Finally, it is important to reward users for their continued engagement. This can be done by offering loyalty programs or by giving users special rewards for reaching certain milestones. By rewarding loyalty, you can encourage users to stick with your system and continue using it. Here are some additional tips for optimizing your gamification and reward system. Tip number 1. Listen to feedback. Get feedback from users on what they like and dislike about the system. This feedback can be used to improve the system and make it more engaging. Tip number 2. Track user behavior. Use data to track how users are interacting with the system. This data can be used to identify areas where the system can be improved. Tip number 3. Be flexible. Gamification and reward systems are constantly evolving. Be willing to change the system as needed to keep it effective and engaging. Deep dive number 9. Available resources for gamification and rewards. There are a number of resources available to help you learn more about gamification and rewards. Some famous resources are: Resource number 1. Books. Book number 1. Gamification by Design by Gabe Zickerman and Christopher Cunningham. Book number 2. The Gamification of Learning and Instruction by Carl Kapp. Book number 3. Actionable Gamification, Beyond Points Badges Leaderboards by Yu-Kai Cho. Resource number 2. Courses. Course number 1. Gamification. Wharton Business School, University of Pennsylvania on Coursera. Course number 2. Leading Change. University of Michigan and Microsoft on edX platform. Resource number 3. Blogs. Blog number 1. Gamify. Blog number 2. Gamification Nation. Blog number 3. Growth Engineering. Blog number 4. Yu-Kai Cho. Blog number 5. OJOO. Resource number 4. Podcasts. Podcast number 1. Gamification. Podcast number 2. Professor Game Podcast. Podcast number 3. Well Played. Podcast number 4. Gamification Nation. These are just a few of the many resources available to learn more about gamification and rewards. By exploring these resources, you can gain a deeper understanding of this powerful tool and how it can be used to improve your business or organization. Conclusion. Gamification and rewards can be a powerful tool for increasing user engagement and loyalty. By following the tips in this podcast episode, you can create a gamification and rewards system that will help you achieve your business goals.
That concludes today's episode. You are listening to the leading podcast series called Growth Hacker, brought to you by Growth Hacker Inc. Growth Hacker Inc. is the brainchild of Aditya Basu. He and his team of content and marketing experts help startup companies, growth stage companies and small and medium businesses grow fast using ATL, BTL and TTL marketing. Here in this Growth Hacker podcast, we share our insights on 360 degrees marketing and global marketing trends. Get in touch with Aditya Basu via WhatsApp to get affordable quotes regarding customized marketing plans and content creation and distribution services. Visit growthhack.substack.com today. That was growthhack.substack.com. Grow fast. Grow now.